Picture this, your phone buzzes, your inbox fills, and every urgent message feels like a fire. You put one out, another starts. But by the end of this episode, you'll understand how one timeless framework used by a US president can make you unstoppable in a world built on distraction. You'll learn to see time differently, to control urgency before it controls you. This episode is fueled by the coffee company, More Labs and Liquor Gummies. Use code Vancrux1 for 20 to 25% off. In 1954, President Eisenhower faced decisions that shaped history. Nuclear tensions, civil rights, global conflict. Every issue screamed for attention. One day a general asked him how he managed it, all without losing his mind. Eisenhower smiled and said something that would echo through time. I have two kinds of problems, urgent and important. The urgent are not important, and the important are never urgent. From that philosophy came the Eisenhower Matrix, a mental model so powerful it's still taught in productivity psychology, military strategy and executive coaching today. The Matrix divides your world into 4 quadrants. Urgent and important, do it now. Important but not urgent, schedule. Urgent but not important, delegate it. And neither urgent nor important, and delete it. Sounds simple, right? But here's where it gets deep. Imagine every task in your life as a fire. Some fires keep you warm, others just burn your house down. When everything feels urgent, you're sprinting with a bucket of water trying to put out every single flame. But the truth, not every fire deserves saving. Are you chasing fires or building furnaces? Modern life has hacked our dopamine system. Every notification is a mini emergency that demands your focus. This is urgency bias, the brain's tendency to prioritise immediate noise over meaningful progress. We confuse being busy with being productive. We treat motion like progress, but they're not the same thing. The Eisenhower Matrix breaks that illusion by forcing you to stop, breathe, and consciously choose. Imagine you're the CEO of ABC Limited. Inside your mental boardroom sits 4 employees, 1 from each quadrant. Urgent and important, that's the firefighter, panics but efficient. The important but not urgent, the architect. Urgent but not important, the gossip. Neither urgent nor important, that's the slacker. So who's been running your company lately? If it's the gossip and the firefighter, no wonder you're exhausted. Put the architect back in charge, the one who builds, not reacts. A client I once coached worked 14-hour days, constantly reacting, emails, calls, tiny crises. His life was a burning building of quadrant 1 and 3 tasks. When we mapped his week out into the matrix, he discovered something profound, that 80% of his stress came from things that didn't move the needle at all. So we built a plan, eliminate, automate, delegate. And within 3 months, his business grew 30%, or thereabouts. But more importantly, his evenings came back. He wasn't surviving the week anymore, he was living it. He had a plan. When you focus on quadrant 2, important but not urgent, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain linked to strategic vision and calm reasoning. But if you live in quadrants 1 and 3, reacting to every ping, your amygdala takes over, the fight or flight response. That's why reactive people live tense, anxious lives. Proactive people, they live lighter, deliberate lives, because their brain literally functions from a higher place. It's not just a productivity shift, it's neurological evolution. Picture an hourglass. Every grain of sand is a task, a choice, a moment of your attention. You can't stop the sand from falling, but you can decide what fits through the neck. Quadrant 2 tasks, the important but not urgent, are the ones that create legacy. They're the workouts, the journaling, the skill development, the moments with loved ones. They don't scream for attention, but they echo for decades. Don't wait until the last grains of sand to realise you were focusing on the wrong things. So try this tonight. Write down everything you think you need to do this week. Label each one by quadrant. Eliminate one quadrant 4 task completely. Schedule one quadrant 2 task first thing tomorrow. Review weekly, because clarity fades unless renewed. This practice rewires your habits from reactivity to strategy. In the end, life gives you 2 roles. You can be a firefighter or an architect. The firefighter saves the day but is always in chaos. The architect builds something that lasts beyond days, beyond years. Which one do you want to be remembered as? Eisenhower's genius wasn't in working harder. It was in seeing clearer. When you separate what's urgent from what's important, you stop living at the mercy of time and start commanding it. So next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, is this moving me forward or just keeping me busy? And until next time, stay sharp, stay grounded, and keep becoming a person of value.